Imagine the president is going to have an Oval Office address, and they're acting like it's weird and it's bad, and then Chucky Schumer and Nancy, the Crypt Keeper, Pelosi, they get up and go, "This is outrageous. We demand equal time right now. And we're going to get it." Well, you only have 96% of news coverage anti-Trump. You already have them hardly covering anything he does. And so they're acting like, this is outrageous. We don't get any time, we get a response. Now, normally to the president's weekly radio address, there'd be a Democrat response or things like that. There's not responses by the other party to the president in the Oval Office in times of crisis talking to the American people. All right, let's get into the news here. When we cover articles, I never just cover them to cover what we're supposedly being told. Obviously, we all want to look into the deeper levels of it, the different layers of the onion, but the disdain that the propagandists have against the American people, the fact that they think you have no memory, because I guess in many cases the public doesn't. We've been scientifically programmed that way via the television, now the smartphones and computer screens. And it can be said that having a memory is to be conscious. That's a little bit deeper than that, obviously. But there's been a war on memory, a war on consciousness. We know all that. So to have Don Lemon and Mika Brzezinski, the daughter of the famous mass murderer, war criminal, Zbigniew Brzezinski, to have, it's always good to have some background, see, to have them saying on the news, which isn't news, this is literal collaborator, enemy, Tokyo Rose, World War II, Baghdad Bob. I mean, this is the enemy right here. Saying it's outrageous. No one should carry the president's first Oval Office address. I don't know, since they were doing TV addresses and radio addresses since the 30s in the White House, if a president's ever gone a year without an Oval Office address. I have been scrabbling up against the door of the White House trying to get the president to do these routinely. But I know he only wanted to do it at key points, which makes sense. And this deals with the border, the globalists trying to collapse the country's existence itself, and the idea that having a border is insane, like having a door on your house, or wearing clothes for that matter. That's a barrier. Clothes are a wall. A shield from insects and the sun and the wind. It's like saying, if you're wearing clothes, it's extremely hateful. Meanwhile, all these Democrats live by armored fortresses, castles, moats, the Vatican, the Golden Globes, the Oscars, big walls, checkpoints, everything else. Yeah, that's Nancy Pelosi's. When they have more footage, you go in, there's like a 10-foot fence. The Vatican's got 200-foot walls, 200-plus feet in some areas. And you're like, that's a war on logic. That Latin America's collapsing, that Brazil has a big fence and wall to stop Venezuelans getting in. It's funny that they have a few countries more prosperous, than Venezuela around them, and there's no fences there. There's just border checkpoints on roads. But for Venezuela collapsed, we got a big wall because you got a bunch of dumb commies trying to get out. The thing about commies is they get to your country most of the time, they want to turn you into what they just left. But I digress. Imagine the president is going to have an Oval Office address, and they're acting like it's weird and it's bad, and then Chucky Schumer and Nancy, the Crypt Keeper, Pelosi, they get up and go, "This is outrageous. We demand equal time right now. And we're going to get it." Well, you only have 96% of news coverage anti-Trump. You already have them hardly covering anything he does. And so they're acting like, this is outrageous. We don't get any time, we get a response. Now, normally to the president's weekly radio address, there'd be a Democrat response or things like that. There's not responses by the other party to the president in the Oval Office in times of crisis talking to the American people. They're saying, nope, you're not allowed to talk to them. It's bad, it's evil. Just like when he was said in Houston, we're a nation, and it's okay to be a nation, and it's okay to love America. They went Every show is the same talking point. Don Lemon, all of it. I'm sorry, you just saw that. I'm sorry, some children probably saw it. He just said that fish swim in the ocean. Excuse me. Sky's blue. He was just like, a mother just gave their baby milk. I'm sorry. Whoa. He just closed the car door before he started it. Oh, my God. It's like he said we're in a country we have never seen any. I'm speechless right now. He actually was like, I'm speechless. I. And simultaneously, every channel was saying it. Fox News was the moderator, like, is it okay to say we're a country? Well, that's like super evil right there. But they're the right wing. Right wing's like, maybe we're allowed to be a country. We're the alternative. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. And then you look over on the other side of the spectrum. No borders, no wall, no USA at all. That's what their ethos is because they work for the mega globalist. They're not calling for China to not have borders. They're not calling for China to let people in. The left isn't calling for the Chinese to not kill gay people because that whole thing, they've already got China. They want control here. Once they get control, oh my God, all the leftist garbage is out the door. That's just the demoralization. Trump's like, I don't care if you're straight, gay, old, young, whatever. If you're black and they put you in prison and gave you a longer sentence than whites, we're going to get you out of there. Shut up, you damn Nazi. I'm staying in prison. By the way, that's not rhetoric. That's what's going on. Mark Dice was banned off of Facebook for pointing out that the killer of the little girl was black in Houston. Yeah, you guessed it. They said it was racist. That's right. I'll play that report when we come back. Only a matter of time. You're just too good, Mark. They're going to get you too. Until we do something about these people. And he goes over all the crime statistics. That is the big no-no you're not supposed to touch because you saw the black community in Houston was like, there's an epidemic. Whites are killing us everywhere. Statistically, the rarest thing in this country is an Asian killing anybody. The next thing is a white person killing a black person. Whites kill some white people. It's always emotional. Almost always. Just like blacks do it emotionally. And blacks tend to kill black people, and a whole damn lot of them. 90+% of blacks killed are killed by blacks. That's just a fact. Half the murders in this country are committed by black men. 6.5% of the population. And Mark Dice talked about the FBI statistics, and he is finale. Bye-bye. You're gone. You know, crime statistics are very powerful. I'll give you a window into something. Hispanics have a very low crime rate unless you're in a gang class. Then in that class is the highest crime rate there is because it's all like bullfighting. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I'm super tough. I'll kill 10 more people this week. See, I study the criminology, the psychology of all this. White people kill each other. Black people kill everybody. And Hispanics kill other rival tough guys, which is what the world used to be. Like, you know, in the Western where the guys go out, that's, you know, and have a duel. Pretty normal, but it was all organized. No women, no kids, like Tony Montana said. But see, that's even degenerated. But our president, I haven't played the clips yet. I'll play when we come back, then I'll play the Mark Dice piece. They're acting like it's weird to see the president because what does that tell you? They're an outside globalist group that have already censored almost every conservative and libertarian and Franklin Graham and everybody out there. And you've got the main Christian coalition just laying down and taking it. Like, maybe they'll leave us alone if we don't stand up. No, we'll all be enslaved if you don't stand up like the president. Ring the alarm. Slug horn to the lips and dauntless to the dark tower came. Blow it. We're under attack. Stop sitting there and pretending like it isn't happening. Like Patrick Henry said. Why we sit here idle when the war has already begun? In the north, in the next gale, it'll be here. It's already begun. Listen, others may sit there and play games, and may your chains sit lightly upon you. Crouch down, lick the hand that feeds you. But as for me, give me liberty or give me death. Now, the full quote is life so dear, peace so sweet, to be purchased, the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not, of course, others may take. But as for me, give me liberty or give me death. This is America and the world fighting for its life.
Owen Schroyer here for Infowars.com, and I want to tell you guys about a great product that we have, and it is the Knockout Sleep Aid Formula. Now, I've got my Knockout right here, and we're going to take it and we're going to look at the actual results of the Knockout Sleep Formula in real time. So let me take my Knockout first. But while we're waiting to see the effects of the Knockout, I've got some very, very, very important news that I want to get to.
InfoWars Life wants to bring you a sleep support formula that goes above and beyond other leading brands at an affordable price. Get the sleep you deserve and experience the power of Knockout. Head on over to InfoWarsLife.com and say goodbye to fatigue. That's InfoWarsLife.com.